What's going on, Savages? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast with me, Jeff Leach. How are ya? One and all. Welcome back to my dulcet tones, my bassy voice. I'm arranging the microphone. I've already arranged it. I don't know why I'm playing around with it. Maybe that's nerves. Maybe I'm nervous about my guest today. I don't know why I would be. Maybe I'm nervous about my life. Maybe it's because I've had a few days where I've been a bit head coldy. You know, I've had a little something going on in the sinuses, driving me fucking insane all day, every day. It's not like a proper cold. If it just came on like a proper cold and gave me the flu and made me bedridden for 2 days, then I know what I was dealing with. Instead, it's just been lingering for a few days. Anyway, I'm feeling right as rain now. Thank goodness. And I can finally get back to enjoying some of these wonderful things that my sponsors offer me. For instance, over here, Boundless Tech, our good friends at Boundless Tech, bndlstech.com. Make sure to check out their website. They provide the finest in tech for vaping. If you like to smoke resin or flour or oils or distillates, then you want to check out their wonderful range. They've got incredible battery life. These things can heat up to any different degree Fahrenheit that you want to get your weed or your oils to. So you can enjoy those different cannabinoids, the different flavors, the different tastes, at a much smoother smoke rather than the burning effect that happens when you light up in a blunt or a joint, which is not very enjoyable. Also a little harsh on the throat. So I prefer to get my sweet weed in a nice vapor format. Make sure you check out boundlesstech.com. That's bndlstech.com and use code SAVAGE for 25% off all of their wonderful units. I recommend highly the CF710 and the Terra. Those are my two favorite that I use regularly. And also our friends at manscaped.com. Here they are. Lovely manscaped.com. Keeping myself nice and trim. Look at this trim chest. Look at that. All the way down that goes to the balls and the arsehole. I just shaved my arsehole for the first time, ladies and gentlemen. Not I've never kept my arsehole smooth, but normally I would wax or use hair removal cream. Anyway, I've been using their Lawnmower 2.0 on the old cock and balls. Wonderful. No nicks. It's got that SkinSafe technology. Only blades on one side. The other side is made out of a special patented form that will actually never nick your skin. So as long as you go with that hair, you will never have the fear of cutting your ball sack open and losing a testicle to the gods of Testicalia. That's the official name of the gods that, Testicalia. That's how they do it. I don't know. I looked it up somewhere. It was on a forum. It might have been Reddit. Maybe I was jerking off. I don't know what was happening. Make sure you check out their products, manscaped.com. If you use their code SAVAGE over there, you'll get 20% off their products. You'll also get a beautiful leather travel bag, and you also get free shipping on all of the orders. So check out the Lawnmower 2.0. Check out their aftershave. It's very oaky, very musky, very sweet. It's not an overpowering smell. And also check out the ball wipes. Loads of things, loads of accessories. Look at them, manscaped.com. All right, my guest today, ladies and gentlemen, boom, here he is. Mr. Erik Rivera. You may have seen him on The Tonight Show, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you've seen him on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud network, and he's got a brand new thing coming up on HBO that he's going to tell us about over the course of this podcast. Erik Rivera, how are you, man?
I'm good. So this is not a podcast I'm going to tell my mother-in-law about.
Because of that intro? Yes.
Yeah.
Drugs and balls.
Cock and balls. I was like, okay.
Balls, and smoking
not going to promote it within the family on that one.
Well, first of all, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your mum, at least once in her life, was into cock and balls because you're here.
Yeah, she was, yes. But I meant my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is the more tech-savvy. My mother will never find this.
Oh, well, first of all, how often do you hit up your mother-in-law like, hey, what's up? I just wanted to let you know about a podcast.
When I post something, she goes and she's like, oh, I saw it. Like some things I'm like, oh, there's no way. Like I've done podcasts with like comedian friends, like I like Robert Kelly, you know what? I'm like, oh, I did that one, and she's like, I listened to it. I'm like,
right?
Why would you listen to that? Like, no, don't. So
whereas this one, you're not even going to put it up on Instagram. You won't even advertise it.
Instagram, I will. She's not on Instagram, so
okay,
that's what
Twitter
I do.
is a no-go for this.
Facebook is a no-go.
Facebook is a no-go.
That's where she's big. Facebook.
Is she like? I mean, she's a mother-in-law. She understands what you do for a living,
right?
Oh
yeah. She
knows
understands. She's come to shows.
Gangs.
She's seen some of the comedians. Sometimes I'm worried. I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna react, and they end up loving that comic.
Yeah.
Like my father-in-law is infatuated with Big J Ogerson.
Really?
Still quotes him to this day, which makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, I don't. We should.
How many of my fucking gags can you repeat?
What about me? Do you talk about me like this?
What you're saying is that Big J needs to make moves on your wife, and
probably
his father-in-law would be important.
Father-in-law would be right in.
He'd be like, well, I really like you, Erik, but Big J's he's wonderful. One of my favorite comics to watch. I love his crowd work, especially, obviously. That's what he's famed for. But also very dirty.
Yes.
Like infinitely dirty.
Oh, yeah. So, you don't realize it as a comic, but when your parents or parent-in-laws are there, you start realizing, like, oh, wow, this is
Dude, I feel like this is, when I'm on stage, sometimes I'll do a joke that a lot of my jokes are about politics or topical humor or personal stories or about something deeper, but then I will make it more accessible by using a sexual or more playful metaphor that people can get behind.
Right.
And sometimes I do those jokes and people in the audience will, especially if there's an older person, a more mature person in the audience, they'll be like, oh my God, there's an old granny here.
Right.
And I always have like a bit, like a go-to bit, which is effectively highlighting the fact that woman or man, they would try and anal back in the fucking 20s. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like you think they did. Where do you think we get all our sexual proclivities from? Where do we get that shit from?
You do double down because we did Vegas together. I remember it was... Vegas can be one of those places like if you even bring up Trump's name, people get very
scared.
How dare you?
How fucking
And I enjoyed watching you because you're like Trump. They'd get uncomfortable. Like it's like a gynecologist. Like I'm gonna double down.
There you go.
If you don't like the Trump, so let's talk about eating vagina. It's
there you go.
All right, good for you, Jeff. You're just gonna jam it home.
Well, that's true. I have that whole bit of material is basically reducing the job of presidency to, well, I think I'm good at eating pussy, but that doesn't mean I get to be a gynecologist.
Yeah.
Just because you think he's good at business doesn't mean he gets to be a president.
But you tie it all back around, so it's like
there you go. But
I
think that's the new, if you are, which I think we both are, sort of left of center when it comes to our political outlook, perhaps, then especially in a town like Vegas, where it is predominantly a red state, there's a lot of people out there, especially all the tourists that are in there.
Right.
Let's be honest, if your idea of the most cultural fucking trip you can take your family on is to go somewhere to drink this size beers that are the size of your fucking head, and you know what I mean, and like gamble your child's potential college funds away, then you're probably not going to be the most progressive individual in the world.
Right.
But you have to go, I still want to be able to make jokes about whatever I want to make jokes about, but then you have to try and find a way to make it accessible.
Yeah.
So I feel like your mother and father-in-law, I know you feel a responsibility to be well behaved.
Right. So what you're saying, I should double down, just get him the Manscaped kit for Christmas. Like, here you go, Dad.
Bam. Code SAVAGE, 20% off, free travel bag,
just double
free
down.
shipping. And also, when you tell the dirty jokes, you need to be staring right into your mother-in-law's eyes. Just fucking lick a lip, just like lick a lip. You know what I mean? Anything that's gross and sexual, directed directly towards
right
them.
in their eyes.
Yeah. Be like, yeah. I mean, I would get up on stage and just be like, what? If people were like, oh my God, that's your parents-in-law?
Yeah.
Just be like, I mean, what more can I do to upset them? I'm already fucking their daughter.
Right.
I mean, but that's literally it, right?
Yeah.
And I think they get behind that.
Well, they got 2 grandkids, so they have to know it's happening.
Exactly. You've already got behind it. Am I right? Hey! It was a doggy style joke. Or anal. I don't know. I'm not gonna assume.
No.
What's your mother-in-law's name?
Phyllis.
I'm very sorry for who you've welcomed into your family. He's not normally like this, but he brings out... I'm not normally this sexual, but he brings out the worst in me. And I think she could do better. I'll be honest, Phyllis. How did you meet your missus?
We met in New York. So she...
So she's not in the industry, right? She's not in the business.
Well, she's sort of like she works in finance right now. She's working on the finance side of studio over at Netflix.
But she doesn't have that.
No, she's not. Doesn't have a headshot.
Desperation to be fucking validated by strangers all day, every day.
No acting. No, she has no desire to be on stage. She'll host meetings and she's like, I talk for 10 minutes and I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
She goes, an hour? I could never.
Isn't that the best?
Oh yeah.
Dating someone who doesn't have that hole, that gaping hole inside of their soul. It's so refreshing.
So we met in New York. So I was working at the Comic Strip Live.
Yeah.
There was a waitress there. She was a bit of a mess, the waitress. Like, she ended up getting fired for serving somebody underage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But when I tell you she was a mess, she was like, so she lived next to a police department and she was selling
that
weed.
Underage customer was
your... I grew her from there.
She was 17 when I met her, but she was a woman by the time I was finished with her.
So she would sell weed out of her apartment right next to a police station. Like, she was a mess. Like, she would go, like, let's go grab a drink. And somehow I would end the night because I had to go do spots. And somehow she would end up at some weird sex dungeon party. Like, that
sounds like a comic.
No, not at all, though. She dated a couple comics, but she was just And so somehow she ends up.
This is not your wife.
No. So
Okay.
this girl, we'll call her Mary because that's her name. She ends up. I'm going to say it at some point. I'm trying so hard
Mary.
not to say it, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, okay.
So at some point, she ends up getting a job as a personal trainer at Equinox, and I'm still not sure how that happened.
Right.
Which, by the way, she was
Squats.
She was, I don't know, and she was also selling weed out of the bathroom at Equinox.
Okay, amazing.
So one day, she's also bartending on the side. She in the Lower East Side. She calls me down.
Dude, she sounds like a hard-working individual.
She's
Just
crazy.
trying to make her way.
No, she was crazy. So she calls me down. Come down to this bar. I go down to the bar. She goes, "I'm training this girl. She's adorable. She works in accounting. She's white, Katie with in accounting with pearls." That's what she called her. I said, "All right, make the introduction. Let's make this happen."
Because she thought you'll like her.
Yeah, she was like, "You'll like her. I think she'll like you."
She had a look at your photos already. Yeah.
Yeah. So of course we researched each other. I went on Facebook, did my
Motherfucker, you know that by that point, if she's even inviting you down to meet this girl, they already did their research.
Oh yeah, no, I think she talked me up, but then
Yeah.
my wife had reservations because she thought I was gonna be almost like a hey, always on. You know those comics?
Yeah,
that just,
yeah.
There are a lot of them out here in LA. It's just like, hey, what's going on?
Hey,
babe?
blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Like
Tiring, isn't it?
Just be yourself. How's it going? How's it not going? You're like, oh God, kill yourself.
Yeah.
So she thought I was gonna be that. So she was very hesitant to meet me.
Yeah.
And then I went on her Facebook.
You turned up in a bow tie and a fucking clown nose, riding a little
She
bicycle.
thought, yeah, she was like, "This is gonna be annoying." I did my research. I went on Facebook, and her thing was, "Oh, that's me." Sorry.
I guess that's her. She's like, "You talking about me?" How dare you?"
Yeah. So I went on her Facebook. Her Facebook was private, and her profile pic was her holding her niece. I did not know that. I thought it might be her baby.
Yeah, that's a big no.
And
That's
not a knock to any single moms out there, because I don't want this to come back like, oh, how dare you? I dated before her, like when I was in college. I dated a girl who had a kid, and
Yeah.
it just was not for me. It takes a certain kind of guy to do it. Granted, my experience was a lot crazier than most, but
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do that anymore.
Well, you know, I dated a single mum as well.
Yeah, you got that bit.
Yeah. And that was 5 years of raising someone, or 4 years raising someone else's child.
Yeah.
And then to be told you can't see or speak to the little girl anymore. She's
Right.
not yours. After that, I wouldn't even go anywhere fucking near a single mother.
See, mine was crazier. So
You're
I was
dead to me. Single mums, let me just say.
Dead.
I'll say it. Eric won't. You are fucking done on the dating. So when it comes to me,
Yeah.
you got to find yourself a young guy who doesn't know how much it will break his fucking soul.
That's
if
what happened.
You take that
I was
child away from
19.
us. Ah, perfect. There you go.
My ex at the time, she was 24, 25.
Yeah.
We met in college.
The kid was 11. You were only 8
The
older
kid,
from
no,
the
the
kid.
kid was no. The kid was like 9,
Are you
10.
fucking
I
serious?
swear to God. I swear to God. And it was funny because I didn't know about the kid and we had been dating for like about a month.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, she lived in Brooklyn." She's like, "You should come
And
out
you
to
and the kid have
Brooklyn."
been playing Pokemon Go together
Yeah,
for
we were
about 3
playing all the
years.
time. Yeah.
Crazy.
So she's like, "Come on out," and then I go meet her family, and there's this kid there, and the kid runs up to her and throws her arms around her. She's like, "Mommy," and I'm like, "Wait, mommy?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait, whose kid is this?" She's like, "Oh, it's mine," and I was like, "I did not know that."
But by that point, you were already ensnared by
Yeah,
the pussy.
I was already in a month in.
Bro, it's hard.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell you that she had a kid.
I guess she assumed she did, but I didn't know anything about this kid until she.
Nah. Again, I'll call bullshit on that one. This is savage Snowflake. The savagery is honest. As much as I'm a libtard, here's the fucking honesty. She knew there was no way this handsome 19-year-old guy with his fucking in his prime, the most rigid erection she's ever fucking witnessed in her entire life. There's no way that dick was staying around if he found out
There was a kid
There was a
involved.
fucking 10-year-old.
Yeah.
10 years old as well. That's very formative.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big responsibility, man.
So that kid knew who I was. That kid knew her father.
Because you were at
Her
the
father
same
was locked
school
up, by the way.
together
Her father
2
was
years
locked
ago.
up, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was locked up for some kind of bank robbery he was trying to attempt. It never went down. But this was the kicker.
Sounds like a great family unit.
And this is when I was out. So one day, we had been dating for years at this, like maybe 2-3 years at this point. And she was already planning, like, oh, we're going to get married once I graduate. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was kind of on board. You know, you're blinded.
You're a Latin man.
I'm young.
Latin guys get married young, don't they?
Yeah.
Latin families, like as a
For
gross
the most part,
generalization.
yeah. I got a lot of cousins got married young, and I was blinded. I was like, yeah, this is going to be
Having
great.
a family and kids at like 25 is not an unknown thing.
Yeah. So we go out, family, boom. I dropped them off. I'm walking back to the train, And this big guy comes up to me. He's like, Erik. And I was like, yeah. And then I realized who he is because I've seen pictures of the guy. And I was like, oh, this is the dad. This is the guy.
The dad of the child?
He had gotten out. And no one told me. So this guy just walks up to me. And this is the most uncomfortable interaction I've ever had with any man. Because he's standing there.
You kissed.
No, it's worse than that.
Erik?
I wish.
Steve?
He was like, I'm a little upset with you. And in my head, I'm like, oh, he might fight me.
Yeah.
But no, that's not where it went at all. He starts tearing up. Tears start streaming down his face. And he goes, you didn't come up and visit me. And I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know I was supposed to. I knew of you. I didn't know we were like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's my responsibility to keep you happy.
No, but this is what
jail, you fucking lunatic.
But he said,
I'm raising your fucking kid.
But his logic was, because you're in my daughter's life, you should have come up
to meet me
as a respect thing.
Right.
And
how long have you been dating the woman at this point?
At this point, like 3 years.
Oh, okay. So you've been around. Yeah.
But I didn't know there was a code.
I mean, there's a code. Erik,
he had been around. I didn't know he was getting out anytime soon.
After 3 years, you really should have smuggled a condom full of heroin to
cake
him in your anus.
I'm in your daughter's life with a shiv in it.
Exactly, yeah.
No,
exactly.
So this big medicine guy is just crying in front of me in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I just want to get the hell out of there. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, let's grab a coffee. And I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, I'm going to...
How fucking solid was it?
Oh, you say, of course. There's nothing to do there, but apparently be upset that I'm not there. Listen to...
I can imagine the years he's been scratching fucking pictures of your face into a wall for 3 years, just fucking singing to you. Why don't you visit me, Erik? Why don't you visit me?
What was that movie with Johnny Depp where he's like the end scene is him talking to his daughter?
If he's not dressed as a pirate, I don't know.
No, there's a movie. He's like in the drug cartel and he's talking to his daughter at the very end. He's in jail. He's talking to his daughter, and it turns out he's not talking to his daughter, but every day he's like, she's gonna come visit me. Today's the day.
So he's just talking to himself.
Yeah, talking to himself. So that's what I picture this guy every day. Erik's coming, guys. Erik is coming to see me today. Today's the day.
Can you imagine?
Never.
Yeah.
So
what was his name?
Angel, of course. Puerto Rican. Why wouldn't it be?
Okay, yeah. And that, so what? Well, hang on a sec. So you had a coffee.
Okay, so
did you have a second date? Was it?
No, we never had the coffee. So I went off on a huge tangent. So my wife had the baby, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I could do that again.
Yeah.
So I talked to my friend Mary. She's like, no, she doesn't have a kid. I think that's her niece or something. I was like, okay, cool.
No, hang on a sec. You're skipping to present day now to your current relationship.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck happened with Angel and the old kid and the ex?
We broke up. After that, I was like, the guy just showed up. And she's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you he got out. And I was like, no, that's something.
Yeah.
You need to tell me.
Yeah.
I'm never walking you home again. She was like, well, what about my safety? I was like, I grew up in the suburbs. What about my safety?
Yeah.
You grew up in Brooklyn. You should be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You carried his child in your vagina. I feel like your womb in some way has given life to something he values.
I guess so.
So therefore, I think you're less likely to be in trouble with him.
Okay.
Whereas I'm literally the second. My penis has invaded the previous home of his child.
Right.
I'm the one who should be worried.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
So we broke up after that because at that point the facade all just broke down for me, and I was like, I'm not gonna marry you.
A lot of baggage, mate.
Yeah,
a lot of baggage.
This is too much. At that point, I was like 23. I was like, no.
How close were you with the kid at that point, though?
Not that close.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't hang out loads.
No, I didn't like go out just with her or take her out to anything special. Like I would see her once in a while. Like most of the time, we would, me and the mom would at school.
And she give the babysitter or the grandmother the kid for the
yeah. So it wasn't like I was close with the kid. And, like your story, you seem to have bonded.
That was my child. Yeah, I used to have her on my shoulders going to school. Every morning. Like that was fucking 7 a.m. Yeah.
Right.
Gray's knees and all that business. Reading bedtime stories.
No, I wasn't making pancakes.
I cleaned shitty knickers. I wiped her anus. Nope,
never got to that point.
That's a really hard thing to do. I don't even like wiping my own anus, which is why I smell the way I do. Which is why I use manscaped.com Lawnmower 2.0 to shave the hair from my anus. Makes it infinitely more hygienic. And those ball wipes, you can use them in the anus as well. Moisturized, delicious, fragrant. But I genuinely, I think there's nothing more disconcerting. Now, you're a father now, so you with 2 kids.
Yes.
So you've definitely wiped your children's anuses.
Oh, yeah.
Is it as death-defyingly gross
No.
as it is for me to wipe another person's child's anus? Even if I love that kid, I know she's not mine.
I think once
and there
it's
was
yours,
something about,
it's something different.
Yeah, I think it must be, because I found that
Because
every time I had to do it wasn't that often.
Yeah.
But I definitely had to do it every now and then. And when I did, God forbid, it was fucking horrendous.
Yeah, because every time I remember before we had kids, that was always I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wipe somebody else's ass.
I just had to it only happened a few times.
Yeah.
Because normally mum was around. But on a few days we're having daddy-daughter type days.
Right.
Yeah, and she goes, I need to use the toilet. I go, what do you need? Pee? Like, I'm so excited for you. Like, is it a wee? She's like, no. And I go, okay, all right. We're doing this. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm quite squeamish. And then you get them on there. And actually, the pee was pretty disconcerting too, because then it's someone else's child's infant vagina.
Yeah.
And that is something I don't want to even be near.
Right.
Let alone have to touch briefly with a piece of tissue. I used to do this. I used to pull the fucking toilet roll, and I would have like a baseball mitt. A baseball mitt. No, I'm not even joking, bro. I would wrap it round my fucking hand, and then I'd go, okay, all right, here we go. And I'd be like, try and get that off. And she probably always had little skids in her pants because I wasn't going deep. Do you know what I mean? But the vagina, what I would do is get the baseball mitt and it would be almost like a giant cotton bud that you clear your ear. I'd literally just tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, I think that's weird for dudes. Like, I'm glad I have boys because I know the equipment. I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. With a boy, it's just easy. Just go, all right, there you go. Just come on, you hold it and point it.
Yeah.
Hold it and point it.
Because my wife's always like, but you've been around vaginas. Like, yeah, but that's I've been around those vaginas differently than I am a daughter.
That's it, man.
Because you're not going to have a daughter and just all right, we're going to clean, the moves I know for vagina are not daddy-daughter moves. I know moves.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's such a strange thing because you're meant to just all of a sudden, maybe it's because the mother carries the baby.
Yeah.
Because she actually carries this thing. It's so definitely a part of who she is.
Right.
That little baby dick or that fucking baby vagina it's just hers.
Yeah.
It belongs to her. It's like a nothingness.
Right.
It's just an extension of her own flesh.
Yeah.
Whereas there's something about us, the way we view women throughout our, we're designed to view women as potential vessels that we can spunk inside of and who can carry, give us more of ourselves. I know I'm reducing us back to our Neanderthal state, but really that's what it is.
That's what we are.
And suddenly when something that you viewed as a sexual orifice for so long is suddenly something you want to protect at all fucking. I want to keep everyone away from that.
Right.
I want to keep you away from it. She used to touch herself as well. Little girls do that, and boys pull on their cocks. Right?
Oh yeah, my wife freaks out sometimes. My little boys will get erections for no reason. She's like, "What are they doing?" I'm like, "Oh, you can't control that. That just happens."
See, and you can be blasé about a little baby boner because you're like, "That's hilarious."
Yeah,
I know that happens to me still today.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm sat on the bus and it's bouncing weird. And I'm like, "Oh, all right, got an erection."
Yeah.
Whereas
women think we control it. We have no idea when it's going to show up.
You know what would be better is if the vagina was just, if all children, not just the vagina, if they were all just smooth nubbins.
Like
just
Barbie.
Like a Barbie or a Ken doll.
And then as they got older.
18, genitals.
Vagina.
Oh, it's like an opening ceremony. Like a quinceañera, but
a ribbon cutting, yeah.
Yeah. I think they still do that in some African tribes, actually.
I think
Genital mutilation joke. I don't know. It's fucking terrifying.
Once it's yours, it's different. And once it's a baby, because you came in at what age was the little girl?
13 months. So she's already she was like a big baby, tiny toddler. Not quite yet a toddler.
Yeah.
Not a baby anymore.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to do any of that stuff until maybe she was 2.5, 3. Right. It was around 3 that I first, I think, had to.
Yeah, it doesn't get gross till they get older.
Piss, you know what I mean?
Like my boys, I've wiped them fine. Now the oldest one, he's 6. He's about to be 7. Now he's taking human
shit.
Yeah. Now it's he's like, Dad, I need some help. And I come in and I'm like, oh, this is bad. Baby poop doesn't smell as bad as New Jersey Turnpike. You're like, oh my, what did you eat?
Does it encourage you to feed him only the healthiest shit?
Yeah, but he doesn't eat it. He's at that age now where it's like I eat pizza. I don't like cheese.
No, bullshit. Sorry, Eric. Bullshit. I'm sorry.
What?
That's because you are caving and you're letting him eat that shit. You got to make it, and it's too late now. By the way, let me just tell you.
I'm done.
Too late now.
Yeah.
You're done for the rest of your life. That's all he's going to ever fucking want.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can keep him healthy and keep him in sports and stuff. But you got to make it like exciting to like, oh my God, fresh fruit salad. How delicious are they? Do we love green beans and a little bit of butter.
I don't care what parent. Like, I hate when I see like the Chrissy Teigens and everything on Instagram. Like, you got to make like a menu. I don't have time for menu.
Also, fuck that person. Because
I don't have time to chop up fruit salad. I don't have time to steam vegetables. It's boom, quick.
The same time it takes to fucking throw a pizza in the oven, you can chop up a few bits of fruit, wash it, rinse them, chop them up, put them in a bowl.
No, because throwing the pizza in the oven, boom, close it up. I could send out emails, write a new bit. I could talk to you, Jeff.
Look, dude, I did
chop it up and wash it. I got nothing.
I brought you up here under the pretense that this was going to be a podcast, but actually your mother-in-law got in touch with me and she wanted me to try and rectify some of the places you're going wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What happened if you just said to him, pizza's really bad for your stomach?
Yeah. Well, I do that sometimes. Like I do make sure he has like a fruit or two a day, a vegetable. I'm like, dude, we got to do this.
Yeah.
We got to be, and he gets it. He's like, all right.
But you don't want to go the other way and turn him into a fucking vegan.
Yeah. No. I'm not doing that either. No.
That'd be a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, she liked ketchup a lot. She loved ketchup because it's just sugar in it.
Kids
just
love it.
Sugar.
Sometimes you got to cave. You just like, I just want you to be quiet. I don't want the meltdown. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easier.
I'll take the obesity. I'll take the diabetes.
But we don't do fast food, so there's the saving grace.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair. So when you have a pizza, it's like a homemade-y type.
Yeah, we'll go to Trader Joe's. We'll buy the dough. We buy the sauce.
That's next level. All right.
We'll do it as a family. It's like family.
I take back my comments then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, I'll let you off.
See, you judging me?
No, it's all right. I can cancel that phone call I was about to make to Child Services. It's going to be all right. Yeah, it's scary, isn't it, becoming a dad? What was the biggest thing that you felt like you had to... Because it is... I think women are inherently... And this is bigging up girls, I guess. But, they're inherently... They see the birthing of life and the things that come with that far outweighing the things that you lose. Of course, when you become a parent, you should be so consumed with love for your child that you go, well, this is infinitely better than everything I've had to give up.
Right.
But I think because of that physical connection bond that a mother has with a child, they can be consumed with that. It's like chemically, it's programmed into them to go, you realize this is the best thing ever. Whereas from a dad, you're slightly removed.
Right.
And there are moments where you go, oh God, I really miss doing that thing.
Right.
What do you really miss about being just two lovers without kids?
There are times because we moved out here, 9 years ago? So we did miss for a while, the late night spots, the running around the city, being at the cellar till 3, 4 in the morning. But then once you start settling in and you start having the family, you don't miss it as much. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, how was I even doing that?
Sleep, man. I just miss sleeping in the morning.
Yeah, that I miss now. I don't get to sleep in late, but now I've got this like internal. I can get up at 7. I go for runs. I start the family
Disgusting.
stuff. Yeah, I know.
Awful.
I know. But yeah, in theory, I did miss that, and then we did move back to New York briefly and tried to do it again. And And it's like I don't see how people live like that.
It's not very happy life there.
It's intense.
But then also, let's look at Los Angeles. Most of the people in Los Angeles, I don't think, are happy.
Yeah.
They're just pretending to be happy.
Well, because they're all chasing something. I think once you realize you don't need to chase, if you can create yourself.
Yeah.
This is what I'm always like, me and you've talked about, because you've been like, oh, I see what you're doing on Instagram.
Dude.
I'm creating for myself.
You have... which, by the way, I'm not going to ever cite you or Andrew Schultz, for instance, as creating this thing. But I think you're both. I use him as a reference point as well because he's been incredibly successful with the content he's been putting out in an industry that didn't really want his content.
And I've watched him on YouTube just blow up. Yeah,
they're up to like 500,000 followers now. He's getting, they're making $30,000 a month on their podcast from patrons alone.
Right.
5,000 patrons.
Yeah.
What I really liked, and this is for the listeners who haven't yet checked you out, and they will do, Erik Rivera Comedy, I think, on all.
Erik Rivera ERIK.
So, there you go, ERIK. Is that you've started to release segments from your stand-up special,
right?
and pop them up on Instagram and put them up on just give away the content for free. Go, look, here's great jokes.
Yeah.
And it's really, I've seen your views go from hundreds to tens of thousands now on every one of those videos.
Yeah.
On that's just on Instagram. I don't know about YouTube and all that. I mean,
right.
So what changed for you? What made you go, all right, I have to just do this myself?
I think just looking at guys like Andrew, looking at guys who were doing, podcasts, looking at guys who were on YouTube, looking at guys who were on Twitter, and starting to realize that they, like you said, everybody here is pretending to be happy. A lot of people are pretending to be happy because they're all chasing something. There's a lot of comics out here just chasing that Netflix special or chasing that Comedy Central special, and there's always the letdown of, oh, I didn't get it. No, F them. Next year. And never realizing that we have those tools to create that for ourselves. Like, you have this podcast. You could be sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah.
But instead you're like, you know what? I'm going to create this.
Yeah.
Especially we're at a time now where everybody's looking for content, no matter what it is, whether it's podcasts, whether it's Instagram videos, whether it's YouTube videos. People are looking for content. They're hungry for content. So why are we waiting for the industry to tell us, oh, here you go?
Because of rent. I think to some extent I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to sit in the middle because whilst I've got a wealth of clips that I have to go through and subtitle and do them in that very meme format that works online.
Okay.
I've got my little Filmora Wondershare Filmora programs. I can start doing all that. Whilst I've got those lined up and I will be releasing those soon, I know that the problem for me is that people really want, let's look at this podcast. It's twice a week.
Right.
It brings me closer to comics that I love, and I get to have a good conversation with people I'm either already friends with or would like to know better. And it's great, and it's got an amazing amount of listeners, and it's really doing well. But people want content. They're happy to pay $11 or whatever the fuck it is now, $12, $13, $14 a month to a Netflix or an Amazon Prime or a Hulu for their shows. But then, and they're huge multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar companies or a trillion-dollar company if we're talking about Amazon.
Right.
And you and me, you're a father of two.
Right.
Working in comedy, which even if you're working every weekend and you're doing a few shows during the week and whatever, it's still a struggle to fucking pay for schooling and bills and food and travel and gas and all that. And I'm sure your wife's working as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of work.
Right.
And people want our content for fucking free.
Right.
Now, someone like Andrew Schultz can do it because the podcast he had, the Brilliant Idiots and the Flagrant 2 podcast, started to rise to a place where their audiences were becoming patrons. And now that they're on $29,000, $30,000 a month split between three of them, if I had $10,000 a month coming into me and I gave half of that away to the tax man or fucking agent or whatever the fuck I had to do, if I had $5,000 a month, then I need $3,000 to live.
Right.
I'd use the other $2,000 to do all my free shit and give it away for free.
Right.
But I've been really riding that hard line lately of going, I want to give everything away for free, but also, like, it's like the toss-up between going, is this going to bring in enough of an audience that will support, what you do creatively by going, hey, here's $5 a month on Patreon.
Right.
And I'm not sure if it's at that place yet.
Well, see, I'm at the level of still trying to build that following to make people interested.
Yeah.
Right. So I've realized now, like, giving away the content, boom, it's starting to build the following. I've done shows around town, like one-nighters, and I've had good turnouts.
Yeah.
Like, people are starting to notice, and people are coming out to shows.
Yeah.
That's the level I'm at. I get what you're saying. Got to pay the rent.
Even that, man. I did a show at the Comedy Store the other day for a promoter.
Yeah.
In the Belly Room, and I brought 24 people to the Belly Room, which the Belly Room it seats about 40.
Right.
So 2/3 of the audience were my friend, or just over half.
Right.
And I was unpaid.
Right.
They paid to get in, and like that's an unpaid spot.
Right.
And I'm bringing that many people out, and even that it's not like there's. This town especially, I feel like, doesn't want to repay comics for the work they do.
Right.
That's hard. That's really hard. I'm not saying. I'm
with you. I'm with you on paying the rent.
Also,
with the kids and the family, but I have to be honest with myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I moved out here. I started back in New York. I started doing comedy in New York. New York was amazing. You do comedy, you get into the comics room.
How long ago did you get into comedy, stand-up?
I started back in college, so I was about 23, 24.
And you're 27 now?
Yeah, sure. That sounds about right.
What do you wear? How many?
37 now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you go to
13 years or something. 13
yeah.
years.
So you go, you start getting into the clubs, you start getting that recognition, you start getting, for your hard work, you get, boom, now you're getting spots, you're getting paid. It's a fair system in New York.
Yeah.
You're there, boom, weekends.
Yeah. I can do 4 shows a night and you get paid for all of them.
You start doing a week, boom, hosting, boom, all of a sudden your weekends. You get money, you get paid.
There you go, yeah.
You move out here and I get put into a box.
Yeah.
LA's such a backwards place of, we're going to do Latino night. We're going to do Chocolate Sundays. We're going to do slanted comedy. We're going to do all women lineup.
Yeah.
You'll never see that at clubs in New York.
Nah.
You'll never see a seller, hey, tonight is
there's a black lesbian
night.
comic followed by a mid-Wisconsin white fat guy,
right.
followed by a Latin guy who's half Puerto Rican but half Jamaican, followed by,
So LA's so backwards, and the industry's still so backwards in the sense of if I sell a show, it automatically becomes a Latino show. So now I'm in this pool of this is a Latino show. It's not a family show. I'm not put into the pool with everybody else.
Right.
So if I'm going to be honest with myself, I got to look at that pool and realize that they haven't made a lot of Latino programming. Every year, though, they tell me they want Latino shows, but they're not being made.
Right.
If I'm going to wait around for Netflix or Comedy Central to make me that offer for that special, I got to be honest with myself.
Yeah.
Netflix, as oversaturated as they are, they've done 2 Latinos in the last 6 years.
Right.
Gabe was 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I get it. Gabe's got the following. So now how do I get to that level of Gabe? I have to build that following.
Right.
Before I get to pay the rent.
Why are you not subtitling your videos in Spanish?
Because I don't do some comedy in Spanish.
Doesn't matter.
That's
True fucking story though, man. You're
really?
a Latin guy. Yeah, you're a Latin comic. I would do a version in Spanish.
I might try
subtitles.
That. Yeah.
I'm deadly fucking serious. Because you put down, and I put them on YouTube with the Spanish subtitles.
With the Spanish subtitles?
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to try that out.
Because people will watch it and they will support you because, and also, let's look at the fucking population in this country. There's a huge fucking market for Latin.
But the industry still doesn't know how to tap
Telemundo and fucking, I see the adverts for, Ídolos. What's the radio station with them? Todos Ídolos.
Yeah.
All idols of music.
93, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I guarantee those motherfuckers that are on that radio station, the artists that are, I'm a Latin artist. Yeah. And even if they don't speak fluent Spanish, they're like, my name is, I'm Jorge, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're fucking doing their shit. I guarantee that motherfucker is selling out. His shows.
Right.
And sure, it might be 90% Latin audience, but fuck it. If you got the money.
Right.
That's why I'm so effeminate, because my gay following is super strong.
Right.
I got sent a picture of do you want to see something funny? I just want to highlight so I don't know how funny this is. Maybe a little bit distressing. I just wanted to. I've been having debates with the girl that I'm spending time with, and not debates. We've been talking about life and everything, and we have very good, deep conversations. And one of the things we talk about is, I delete the message. Shit. All right, it doesn't matter. I talked about. I'm interested to learn from her the kind of struggles that people of color go through,
right?
That I'm unaware of, because I always thought I was very progressive and incredibly driven for equality. But I also realized there's some shit I just don't know because I am a white dude, right? I understand some of it, like I don't get followed around the Ralphs when I walk around, and when I go out with my black buddies, they get followed around. I get that shit.
It happens to me. My wife is the same way. She's a little, she's oblivious to it. Like we went, we were at Target, not in LA. We were somewhere. I think we were in Texas or something, and sure enough, I see this guy start to follow us. I'm like, we're being followed. She's like, no, we're not. And I was like, watch. We went to one aisle, and sure enough, there he is. He's just wandering around, just acting like he's.
So you started putting stuff back.
Yeah, I started putting stuff back. But
took it out of the pram, just under the blanket.
But she's oblivious to that too. Because unless you
see that level of it, I'm aware of.
Yeah.
But then there's other stuff that I know I'm not. Like what was it like growing up in New York as a young Jamaican Puerto Rican girl? Like, I don't know what that's like.
Right.
So we have good conversations. But one thing I realized lately, and I'm starting to try and accept, and especially given this current social climate, which seems to be very much, let's use a slogan that's banded around a lot on T-shirts, etc.
Right.
The future is female.
Right.
That concept bothers me because I think that the present is female and I think the present is male. I think the present is human.
Right.
And the future should be human. The past has been incredibly unbalanced.
Right.
And so as a man who is actively trying to end or be a voice and put his feet, his voice, his person towards anything that suggests we can end inequality across the board, I will never support something that is advancing any other inequalities.
Right.
So, I'm not talking like hashtag all lives matter. That's not who I am.
Right.
But at the same point, I'll be like, yeah, I will march for Black Lives Matter. But if someone goes, you motherfucking cracker honky piece of shit, I'll be like, yo, brother, I'm here. I'm with you. So let's like calm down on the fucking, casual racism. In the same way that when I'm in the women's march, I'm there because I want women to be treated equally. But if someone started trying to, men are pigs, fuck all men, I'd be like, hey, yo, bitch.
I'm here. Yeah.
Well, I do the right thing and take her back to the kitchen she came from. But you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to let someone shit on what I am.
Right.
Whilst I'm trying to end other people shitting on people for what they are.
Right.
However, I realize a lot of my upset comes from the fact that I think the majority of men, white men, straight men, whatever represent, are like me. And I've realized, especially in America, in England, it might be more true. In America, I'm not. I think I'm amongst the minority. I think there's a lot of dog shit men because I got sent some gay dude today tweeted at me, like DM'd me, and just sent me just a picture of just a guy with long hair and a couple of shitty tattoos and a beard, just with his dick out and was like, oh my God, hey buddy, just saw his photo and I thought all my dreams had come true, just seeing that thick cock and that like shit. I thought he was you and I just replied, I was like, why the fuck are you sending me a picture of this? I don't want to see this dick, man. I was like, why are you sending me this? Like, don't send me this shit. I didn't ask you to, and don't send me creepy sexual shit. And then he was like, oh, sorry, man, I thought you'd laugh. I thought it'd be funny. I was like, nah, you're sending me a picture of genitalia. I don't want that shit.
He was going to take a shot at you.
This cock is bigger than mine, and that makes me feel inadequate. Why would you do that? And I just realized that maybe there's a lot of that I'm completely...
Oh, no, there's still dogs out there. Like, the dude that just came out right now with over at Warner Brothers, I think, he just got...
What happened there?
Caught sending text messages to some actors, you'll get a part, but sexual favors and exchange. And you would
now,
just recently, a couple days, and you would think, hey guys,
you're like,
look, it's happening. If you guys are doing it, let's cool it.
Maybe if you're the kind of guy who's sending those kind of texts, you should probably be grossly aware of this is probably not the right time for you to be doing it, right?
Yeah, it's there's a lot of.
Dum-dums, mate.
Yeah.
Dum-dums.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always mail it in the post. You always send a picture of your dick in the post. From a different address.
Write it on flash paper, burn it, do something.
Exactly. This
write it in sand.
This dick pic will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to ride this dick.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man.
So that's why. So we go off on tangents here, Jeff. But that's why I give out the content, because I want to build that following.
Because you want to get sent those dick pics.
I want those dick pics, and because the industry isn't messing with me. So like a Schultz or like other people I see on Instagram, make it so that you're undeniable. So they come to you and go, "Oh, what are you doing that we're not doing?"
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. You look at shows and you're like, who thought this was a good idea?
Yeah. Well, I had 2 conversations over this pilot season with 2 execs.
Yeah.
And both conversations, I mean, I've done lots of auditions, but the conversations, the more generals and chats, I've realized there's some really dumb people making creative choices.
No, they have no idea what they want. They have no idea what they want. They have no idea what's funny. Which
is why they remake everything or just go,
exactly.
Or we just make the same thing. Yeah, was this show I just saw an advert for a film called Little. And it's like, so it's the reverse of Big.
Yeah.
Or it's Freaky Friday.
Or 13 going on 30.
There you go. It's literally the same idea. Let's just churn it out. But this time it's going to be an all-black female cast.
Yeah.
So it will be, okay, well, that would tick some boxes so we can get an audience in.
Yeah.
It's like, black people are not dumb. They'll see this as like, motherfuckers, make a new show.
Right.
That's why things like Get Out or Us do so well. Because it's like,
because it's something new and it's...
There you go.
And that always makes me laugh because then the industry goes, oh, look at this person's doing great. Where'd they come from? It's like, well, you're not taking shots on anybody unknown. You keep taking, like, how many more times am I going to see a Friends cast member in a new sitcom?
Yeah.
They've done it. They're done.
Yeah.
Find someone new.
Yeah, yeah.
The industry's looking for the next Seinfeld, but they don't want to take a chance on the next person.
Or go down to comedy clubs and actually watch comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, again, I'm happy for her success, but like Yamanika Saunders, great fucking comedian and a dear friend and someone who I really admire and respect.
Right.
And she's been killing it, being booked on everything. But I know why that is because she's talented, did a first show where she did well, and then exec producers and booking, the bookers on those shows do not go to comedy clubs and see other women of color who are funny. So they just go, oh, yeah, let's get her on our show.
Yeah.
So they just carpet blanket book her on every show, which is great for her. She's fucking laughing. But I know there's at least 10 other black female comics I can name right now who are sitting there going, motherfucker, hilarious.
Yeah.
And why am I not getting the fucking thing?
Yeah.
I have to do one more quick shout out for our sponsors. We're halfway through, or just over halfway through. Okay. Boundless Tech, ladies and gentlemen. Do you shave your balls?
I don't.
Why?
I trim.
You trim it down.
I trim.
Okay, but the balls you don't do like clean shave those things?
No.
Bro.
Should I?
When was the last time? Sorry, wife. I apologize. Sorry, more mother-in-law. Sorry, the most father-in-law, because we know how terrified we are of our daughters having vaginas. We discussed that. But when was the last time your wife was into sucking your balls? I'm being honest. I'm going to do that.
We got kids now, Jeff. It's been forever.
You don't do that anymore.
No.
Nah. They're baby making machines. Nothing
that's
more.
it. They're done.
Yeah. Once they're emptied, that's it.
Yeah,
get them out of my
they're
face.
retired. We've had the two. We're done. We're retired.
Dude, you shave those balls up.
Shave them.
Yeah. Manscaped.com, man. Use the lawnmower 2.0. It will never nick your skin. You go with the hair. I honestly, I used to use like a razor, razor.
You put a razor on your...
Because razor actually, it's because it's single blade razor or whatever, you can be really careful to try and really carefully do it. And it takes forever and you have to spend a lot of time in the shower doing it. These bad
picture
boys
you like an old barber with the one blade
exactly.
and the hot towel.
Yeah, dude. I wrap it up in a hot towel before I do it. And then I talk all the way. I go, oh, you going anywhere nice? When I'm doing it to myself. I talk to my cock and balls.
You start telling about old time. Like back in my day,
And I get aftershave and slap it on really hard at the end. It's like, ow! No, but I used to use that, and then I use hair removal cream, which burns if you get it wrong by like a minute. Now I just use these. Manscaped.com. Check them out, please, ladies and gentlemen. Use code SAVAGE for 20% off, and a free level travel case will be yours, as well as free shipping, which is pretty dope. And then also Boundless Tech. Make sure you check out the Terra. Make sure you check out the CF710. They got beautiful products on there. If you like smoking weed, which I know you don't smoke weed.
I have. But
you have. In fact, you just told me we're going to talk about that in a second.
Go ahead.
If you do like smoking weed and you want to get those better flavors, I don't like burning weed anymore. I smoked a lot of blunts and a lot of joints, and it's just really harsh on my throat. Makes me feel a little bit shitty. And then in the morning, I've got a bit of a cough and raspiness. Plus, when you burn something, it just has that burnt taste. It's the carcinogens that come out of it.
Right.
When you vape it, it literally just sucks all the fucking goodness, all the flavors, all those cannabinoids, all the different THC levels that can come out of it. And it can heat anywhere from 0 to 434 degrees Fahrenheit using the Terra. So you can really set it to the height that you like, the temperature that you like. Check out their products. Use code SAVAGE at bndlstech.com to get 25% off all your products. All right, there you go. We did it. Nailed it. Before we were recording, we were sharing a beverage, and I said, oh, do you smoke weed? Because I was going to offer you a little smoke. And you were like, nah, not really. And then you said, but you had smoked weed with someone.
Yes.
And it blew my mind. So
handful
for the
of
listeners.
So
a handful of times.
A handful of times. This was like early on in my comedy career. I got signed by a management company, Letting On Productions, which was Montel Williams' production company.
Right.
So I got
Montel Williams, world-renowned talk show host.
Yes. His show is still on the air.
Pious, beautiful bald head and glasses, right? He's like got the
no glasses.
He doesn't have glasses, Montel?
Just bald head and
man.
Vests. He used to wear a lot of vests.
That was the thing, yeah. He was just like, he was like super clean, kind-hearted, beautiful, handsome black man, right?
Yes. So he was diagnosed with MS.
Right.
So he was a big...
Right. This took a real miserable
and
turn.
This is why I bring that up, because he's been a big advocate on medical marijuana. And he still is. He's very vocal. If you follow him on social media, he talks about all the, he's always been fighting for it.
Dude, I mean, it shrinks cancerous tumors. I mean, like, it literally removes all the effects of Parkinson's. It's insane how good it is.
So he's always been like, you got, this is the thing. This is what you do medically.
I didn't know he had MS. That's quite a serious
he's
condition.
had it for a while. Yeah,
Right.
but he's still, he works out. He treats himself with the medical marijuana, and he's been.
I'm not surprised Montel looks after himself.
Yeah. So,
he shaves his balls.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know him like
100%.
that.
You don't even need to guess. He 100%. Is his smooth up here as he is down there?
I don't know. We'll find out.
He moisturizes. I know he does.
So a couple after show rap parties and stuff, he had like a collection of just paraphernalia, and
So wait, you go to his house?
No, so he would like rent out like places to do these rap parties for the staff and stuff, but he had his own little like private little if you wanna Montel's room's over there, and the paraphernalia was laid out in different strains, I guess they're called.
Wow.
And you would smoke with him, and he would tell you what to do and how to, you don't want too much of that one. That one's a little strong. Do this. Like, he would ask you your level.
I really want to get high with Montel Williams.
Oh, it's great because he knows his stuff. So a handful of times with him, and it was like, okay, this isn't bad. I enjoyed it, and then
wait, how does Montel smoke? Is he rolling up joints? Is
no,
he blunts?
He's got
is he doing a volcano?
He's
like
got
the bags,
he's
the
got
vape
like
bag?
different pipes and stuff. I don't think vaping was a thing back then.
Yeah.
So he had like different pipes and different like these little like mini bongs,
little mini bong stuff.
So he had his stuff all set up. He was good to go. So when I was doing warm up, I would do 3 shows.
This is like me finding out like Ricky Lake loves to just do coke out of fucking hookers' arseholes.
So we would do 3 shows a day.
Yeah.
So the understanding was I would do 10 minutes in between shows just to get them warmed up.
You were doing the warm up, right?
Warm up.
Yeah.
I was maybe 3 years in the game at this point, so I had 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I went on longer, I was screwed.
Yeah.
So first show, boom, 10 minutes, warm 'em up. He'd come out, they'd go crazy. Second show, boom. And then between the second and third show, I'd be up there doing hey, all right, guys, we're going to dance party. And then all of a sudden, one of the producers would come up to me and be like, hey, listen, Montel's pretty baked back there. You're going to have to stretch.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he didn't like this show, so he's pretty baked. So stretch it out.
That's fucking awesome. And this was how long ago?
This was years back.
10 years ago?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Wow, when weed would still be reasonably frowned upon back then as well.
Yeah.
And that was cool. They were like all just on the show. They were like, well, that's what he does.
Oh, yeah, because they knew for him it was a medical thing. It wasn't like he was...
Right.
It's not like he was like Snoop Dogg just getting high in the back. He was taking care of himself.
Yeah.
But it was funny because they'd be like, yeah, he don't like this show, and he's pretty baked. So
Montel's super fucking high, so you got to do an extra 10.
You got to do like another 10, 20. So sometimes I'd be out there like half hour, 45 minutes, just at that point, like, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? Huh?
Yeah.
What happened in the news?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, where do you come from?
Yeah.
Where's it work? Flown in all the way from, whoa, Alabama, what's that like? Yeah. Crowd work for TV, the warm-up guys, I got a lot of respect for that.
Oh, yeah, that's
a tiring
well, especially
job.
for that show. Like, I understand late night because it's like, oh, it's fun. Sometimes I'd get in and they're like, hey, listen, get them riled up, but not too bad because this family, they just lost everything in a fire. So, good luck. And I'd be like, what? Why am I even going out there?
Yeah, the episode today is all about the child who has AIDS.
Yeah.
Just do a tight 10.
Yeah, just have fun, but not too much.
Yeah.
We don't want them too excited.
Fuck, man.
So I once his show ended, I stopped doing warm up, and then he ended up going somewhere else. I ended up changing management.
What's his now? I'm gonna say he was quite svelte, if I remember correctly.
He still is
quite an athletic looking man.
He works out.
What was his like munchie of choice when he was high?
Honestly, I don't know.
Shit, dude.
I don't know. But I know he does work out. Like, he gets up like 4 a.m. He's one of those, like Mark Wahlberg and all those guys. Get up at 4 a.m.
Aspire to be better.
Working out for 2 hours, and you're like, guy.
Got up, worked out for an hour. Then I prayed to Jesus for half an hour. Spent some time with the kids. Then I'm working out again. Aspire to be better.
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg.
So then stopped working with him, and then that's when I kind of stopped partaking in the marijuana till
Montel ruined it for you.
Because I didn't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know.
Have you ever got that fucking high where you just like melted and just you know that kind of
well, there was one time
high.
with him. So he was getting married in Aruba.
Is he straight or gay?
He's straight. He's got a wife.
Okay. I can't remember. He was just well too pristine. He was like so well. He looked like the kind of guy who had like 12 creams in his cabinet for eyes and I'm
sure he did because he's on TV, but no, he had a beautiful wife.
I was on TV and look at this face, you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
So he was getting married in Aruba, and the week before he was down there taking care of stuff, and he invited a bunch of people like, we got the villas if you guys want to come down. All you got to pay is the flight and everything else is covered. So ended up going to Aruba, and sure enough, having a good time with him. And
are you still friends with Montel Williams?
No, not as much.
Why not?
We lost touch. He's an older gent. I'm in comedy. Our worlds really don't collide as much.
Have you still got his number?
Don't.
Oh,
I know.
You should reach out. What about if you tweeted to him?
Maybe he'll write back.
Yeah, you should tweet to him and go, hey, man, I was talking about you on a podcast today and just reminiscing how much fun we had.
Got super baked in Aruba.
Yeah.
I remember watching that movie with Artie Lang, Beer League or whatever it was.
Beer League. I haven't seen. You know what? I've never seen Artie in a movie except in Crashing. And also in no, actually, that was a tell in Amy Schumer's movie.
Yeah. So I remember watching Beer League. Because they at that point, this is how far back it was. The hotel only had VHSs, and that was one of them you could rent.
Right.
And I just remember I was eating and I looked up, beer league's on, and then I'm eating again and staring off and reminiscing about stuff and thinking about life. Look up, I'm like, this movie is still on. It's been like 5 hours.
Yeah, it'd been about 12 minutes.
It probably was, but I just remember being that baked and just, I didn't understand. I couldn't follow the movie, and I'm sure it wasn't like Inception.
I just found out the other day, scientifically, there's a reason why we think as we get older, time goes quicker. And it's got nothing to do with responsibilities or anything like that. It's because literally as our brain starts to deteriorate in age, the synapses that snap back and forth to send messages of what we see and what we experience, we kind of almost... We send things slower,
right?
So they have to be processed quicker.
Oh, okay.
So as an image comes in, whereas previously you'd have it instantly in there, so you can enjoy it for even it just feels like a split second,
like a millisecond,
not even a millisecond, like a breadth of time passes. But you would have full time to digest it, so you experience everything as it in its timing.
Right.
Whereas we're actually almost sort of skipping ahead. We're almost constantly chasing our tail to remember what's happening to us in the present moment.
Okay.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
Yeah.
How fucking depressing is that? So we never get to really enjoy a moment.
No. Yeah. Wait, way to bring this down, Jeff.
Yeah, man. Your orgasm is just the thought of an orgasm that actually happened.
It happened
10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So I haven't done weed since... Well, no, I'm lying. So this is what happened recently. So me and my wife, because we're in California, LA, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
She was like, "We should let's
smoke some weed.
Let's smoke some weed." And I said, "Okay." She was like, "Why don't you go to the store or one of the I don't know what they're called dispensaries?
There you go.
And
talk to your bud tender.
Get us set up."
Yeah.
So I go, and I've always been under the mindset of don't act like you don't know what you're doing.
Sure. You were like,
act like you've been.
Give me the Montel Williams starter kit.
Yeah, give me. But that's what I thought. I was like, oh, I'm sure it's like when you go to Petland or Petco, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy a fish.
Yeah, here's a tank.
Here's the starter kit.
Here's the pump to clean the tank.
Here's the tank, the fish.
Yeah,
there's a little guy that blows bubbles, the stones, the little plants.
Get a pirate ship. It's in half. Yeah.
So I go and I'm like looking. I'm like, there's no, hey, first timers. You should get this. This is everything you'll need in a little booklet. Breaks it down.
That's not a bad little business plan.
It should
be. Idea, like literally the doobie starter kit or something like that.
Yes, they should be, because I walked in. Of course, I have no idea what's happening. I see everybody else coming in like, I'll have the Aretha Franklin stain. I'll have this. And they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So finally the woman notices that I've been there for a while. She goes, hey, can I help you?
Yeah.
I panicked. I was like, oh, yeah, you know what? What do you have? Edibles? Because I was like, I know that term.
There you go.
So she was like, oh, we've got like lollipops. We've got gummy bears. I was like, oh, I'll take some lollipops.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I messed up because I don't know.
You gave them to the kids.
No, I wish. No, I don't know. I don't wish. I don't know milligrams.
Right, okay.
So she was like, oh, these are 50. These are 25. I was like, and she was like, and this is how she broke it down for me. And this is where I messed up. She was like, oh, so the big ones will get you there. That's what she told me. I don't know where there is.
Right.
I've never
super fucked up.
So I was like, oh, I'll take 2 big ones and let me get a little one. So I want to make it look like I knew it was done. Like, I got 2 big ones. I'll take a little one right there, and I throw in some of that stuff right there.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, wraps it up. Go
I
home.
love how you've ordered drugs like a dad. It's such a dad ordering. It's like, sure. I'll just
let me grab some of those. Oh, these keychains? I'm going to take some of those with the kids.
You got a bumper sticker?
Yeah. So I go home. I show my wife, like, we got lollipops. She goes, oh, what are the measurements? Like, oh, the big ones will get you there. So let's have a big one.
Yeah.
Have the big one.
Did you share it? Or did you have one each?
We started sharing it, but I ended up taking the majority of it.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I don't like the taste. Because she used to smoke in college. So she was like, I really just wanted to smoke. I didn't want an edible.
She was embarrassed for you.
And I was like, well, I panicked, so we got
she was
lollipops.
Like, why have you brought me calories?
Yeah.
I was hoping I was going to get high as fucking balls.
So now this is where I'm at, and I'm going to show my age. So I know this. I know
you're already 37.
I know, but I know this.
I'm 35.
I know the side effects of weed.
Okay.
I know it's cottonmouth. So I thought, it's like, I will beat that.
By getting lollipops.
Not only by getting the lollipops, but before I take the lollipop, I'm going to consume a lot of water.
Okay.
Now, where I messed up was, I was like, oh, you know what? I got these Crystal Light packets. I'll have some fruit punch. I must have downed a good liter of water because I'm going to beat cottonmouth.
Yeah. You know there's a better way to do that.
How?
Wait until you got cotton mouth and then
drink. Yeah, I know. But I didn't think that.
I like you preemptively.
So we have the lollipops.
Yeah.
I am messed up.
Yeah.
Like my eyes start moving on me.
Okay.
Like almost like a telescopic. Like I was like, oh, I'm
jealous. It sounds great.
No, it was awful because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get something in the kitchen. You want anything? She's like, yeah, give me whatever cereal, life cereal. I think we had I was like, all right, cool. So walking was a problem for me because each step was different. Like I would see it like far away, then I would see it close. So
wow, that's some good fucking weed.
I don't know what was happening. I'm in the kitchen. I was there for a good 20 minutes. She's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I can't move. Like I felt like my limbs, I couldn't control them.
Did you start freaking out?
I started panicking a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go sit down. I go sit down on the couch. I close my eyes. I was like, this is gonna go. Things start spinning a little bit. I bolt to the bathroom, and that's when the red liquid just starts everywhere.
Oh my god!
So now my wife is high. She's in the kitchen eating cereal. Doesn't realize what's happening. She comes out. I'm laying on the bathroom floor. There's red. So she thinks I'm dying. She thinks I've puked blood.
Yeah.
She's like, he is dead.
So you put her into a fucking spin as well.
So she's like, are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. Well, I think
you weren't saying it that calmly, were you? I'm dying, baby.
No.
I'm dying.
Well, see, I think at this point I'm talking to her like, no, I'm good. I don't know. Her recollection is she's like, you were just sitting there staring.
Yeah.
So then I'm panicking in my head because now I can't move my limbs.
Yeah. I'm
trying to move my limbs. I'm trying to talk, but I can't. So now in my head, I'm thinking, oh my God, this weed gave me Parkinson's and I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
That's such a funny, yeah.
So a friend of ours comes over. He assesses the situation. He's like, do you want me to call an ambulance? She's like, you can't call an ambulance. We've got kids. We're going to get arrested because we're high and we've got drugs in the house.
Yeah.
So she's already paranoid as well.
Yeah.
So it was a mess. Like that was the last time I've messed with any kind of, like, right, if I'm going to do it again, right, so I need to go in with.
Let's crack out the edibles.
No. I need to go with you to a store and you set me up with the starter pack.
No,
we should invent the starter pack.
What we need to do?
Go ahead.
We need to I have all the tools in the trade that we need here. We need to have a day where we're get your babysitters, right?
Right.
For your kids, and then pack them off to the grandparents for a weekend or something like that. And then you and your wife are welcome to come. I get the lady I'm dating to come over, and then what we do is we'll all fucking have a little taste of this, little smoke of that, and then we're gonna watch reruns of Montel Williams show, and it's gonna be fucking dope. It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm in. Let's do it.
And then you're gonna text him. We're gonna call him. You're gonna get his number through Twitter, and we're gonna call him. We're gonna sing to him.
All right.
We're gonna sing Montel a song, dude. You're not alone there. I think if you, I find this is like I said, even just relating to the earlier. I know it was a bit more of a serious subject matter, but the idea of going, I am so desperately upset by how people view what being a white straight male represents, because I think I'm such a progressive, decent individual. But then don't get me wrong, I've been mean to people, I've done shit that I shouldn't have done, but I'm like, I've not done anything morally or ethically wrong, and I'm a good person. But I realize that doesn't make me part of the majority. It doesn't mean everyone's like that. And the same way, because of my past experience with drugs, which have been rather, at periods of time, rather excessive and also more class A's. Now, when I have the feelings like you had that day, I go, oh my God, I'm dying. And then immediately in my head, I go, no, you're not dying. You're really fucking high. You've done 2 grams of coke, 3 grams of ketamine, a couple of ecstasy tablets, and smoked some weed. And you've done 50 fucking whippet balloons,
Right.
And you're not dying. You're just a fucking idiot. So ride this one out. And then, you know what I mean?
You just made me feel so much less cool.
It's not about being cool.
You just said you went through 8 different drugs. Now in my head, I'm like,
well, yeah, but
I had a lollipop.
What happened at the end of that is my heart stopped at Bestival, at a festival I was DJing at. My point is, once you've gone that extreme, then you're able to constantly moderate how you behave when you're fucked up.
Right.
To the point where last time I got super fucked up and it put me in a place of danger was when I took a load of mushrooms and was in New York City going for drinks with 2 girls after a Comedy Cellar show. They see me at a show. They gave me mushrooms. I ate a load of mushrooms. We went to a bar. Guy assaulted one of the girls, like grabbed her and blah, blah, blah. I was like, get your fucking hands off. He comes back and sucker punches me 15 minutes later, taps me on the shoulder and smashes me in the face. I fight him, open his head up. Police arrive, arrest me, don't arrest him. Send him home because he has an ID on him. I didn't have an ID at that point. And then when I got sent to when I got put in the back of the ambulance, because I said, I need to be seen. I'm damaged and I'm a victim of a crime.
Right.
They put me in an ambulance and I came up on the fucking mushrooms in the back of an ambulance with 2 police officers. It was like, and in that moment, my body was going, the siren's on. You need to fucking dance and get fluid, bro. Look at all the drugs in this fucking van. Like, you need to, maybe you should ask that police officer to dance. And my head was going, no, you don't. Because it's gone to those places of extremes. It was like, you just got to shut this down and fucking just sit there and try not to look weird.
Right.
So I was like, and I got away with it. But if that was the first time, my buddy came around here, Matt. He's a wonderful guy. He works in a normal job. Grown-up job,
right?
And has never done edibles before. I didn't know that. Came around here for dinner, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't really smoke or anything like that." So me and my girl are smoking a bit after we've had this beautiful dinner, a little romantic double date here in the apartment, and then we go, "Oh, would you like an edible instead? Because you don't smoke?" And he was like, "You know what? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'll have an edible." And he just like me and her just take a couple of edibles, boom, 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 and he goes, "Oh, I'm just has a gummy," and it's only like 10 or 15 milligrams,
right?
But he'd never done one before. I didn't know this. So then he goes, about 20 minutes later, he's like, oh yeah, I think I'm feeling a bit off that. And that's how I would get. I'd be like, oh yeah, I've just come up on that. I'm feeling really happy. I'm feeling really funny. I'm feeling like everything's good. Everything's mellow. And so I'm like, really? I'm like, that's pretty quick. And he goes, yeah, no, I'm just feeling like, yeah, I feel really good. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'm glad you buzzed. We go to a cocktail bar at the end of my road to have a couple of drinks. And after about 12 minutes of being there, he's like talking, ordering a round of drinks. He's like, yeah, man, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden he just goes, and starts making this weird sound. And he like starts like on his chair, on his fucking stool, starts like oscillating like a pendulum swinging in the fucking wind. And he just starts going, I'm like, bro, you all right? And he goes, looking at me. And his fucking eyes are rolling in his head. Anyway, he was like that for like 15 minutes, trying to get up to walk to the toilet about 3 times, has to stop, like moves 2 meters and then goes, I need to stop. I need to sit down, Jeff. I'm like, no, it's all right. I sit him down and go, you're going to be okay, bro. This is only going to last for 5 minutes. You're going to be all right. I'm talking him through it, keeping him talking so he doesn't fucking pass out. Anyway, another half an hour after that, he's straight back to where he was and he's like, holy fucking shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. I'm like, you all right? And he goes, dude, I couldn't speak to you. You were talking to me. And in my head, I'm trying to form words to say, I don't feel great, man. And I'm really, but I couldn't even say anything because I was so fucking high. Anyway, made me laugh. But also, like, you got to have those baptisms of fire, bro.
But they say it's because the edible goes right into your bloodstream as opposed to smoking.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does. Yeah. It's like blowing cocaine into your asshole. There's more nerve endings, so it goes straight into your bloodstream a lot quicker than if you put it on like up your nose or in your gums.
Don't know what that is either.
You've never done that?
No.
I mean, we can have 2 dinner parties.
No, yeah.
We won't be watching Montel at the end of that one. No. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you survived it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came through it, man.
I'm a survivor.
You are a survivor.
I have a GoFundMe page. I got
to buy more edibles.
Yeah, I got wristbands. I still have the shows.
I'm trying to raise $500 so I can buy a lifetime supply of edibles for myself. That's fucking dope, man. Well, I'm glad you tried it. What a bonding experience for you and your wife.
Yeah.
What was the final outcome?
She was like, you're never doing edibles again. And I was like, I agree.
There you go.
I don't want those kind of lollipops ever again.
Shit, man.
I would vape, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm asking for. I don't like hearing you do the promos like, oh, it's the rolling thing. And I was like, that sounds amazing.
Do you like feeling a little high? Do you like getting a little high?
I would like to get to a point where like you see, and I've been there before where you nice little buzz, giggly, you're having a good time.
You want a microdose?
I want to have a good time.
Either you want a microdose or you might want to start using CBD products.
Okay.
Because CBD will give you a body high. You'll feel good. You'll feel warm and lucid and great. But you won't be like, ooh, I'm fucking...
I don't want to be at the extreme of where I can't form words, and I don't want to get to the point of I'm some kind of philosopher telling you the meaning of life. I don't. No, I just
CBD.
Want to be a little giggly. I want to enjoy life.
CBD, microdosing maybe, and I can teach you how to do that properly. Or, heroin.
Okay.
We'll get stuff. Erik, man, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you on and to find out a little bit more about your life. That's so interesting. I love that you smoke weed with Montel Williams. Got super fucked up with him. I'd like people to check out your comedy. Everyone who comes
Yes.
on this podcast, the reason they are invited on is because they're friends of mine. They're people that I think are talented and immensely funny. And we've just done a wonderful show up in the hills together. We've performed now on a few shows.
Yeah,
the one's in Vegas.
Vegas, that's where we first met.
Exactly, in Vegas at the Comedy Cellar venue out there. And now I can also say to viewers, I can't always say this about the Comics Who Come, and there's a wealth of wonderful material that you can check out online, including all these almost like daily. I feel like every 2 or 3 days, a new clip.
I drop a new clip, I drop a meme, I drop something,
Exactly, until the special runs out, and then you'll have to shoot another one to do more clips.
Yeah, well, that's what's coming April 26th. I did the HBO thing, which is none of the stuff that I've been posting.
Amazing.
Which makes me laugh because now people come out to the shows and they're seeing a brand new hour and they go, I didn't see that stuff. I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah, I hate that when a comic does a set and then they go, hey, you can buy a CD after the set. Yeah. And then you buy the CD and it's exactly the same you saw. I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah. So if people want to check you out, Erik Rivera Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. And then that's where you find all those clips, etc. And if you want to find out about live shows as well, is it erikrivera.com?
erikrivera.com.
erikrivera.com.
Yes.
That's ERIK.
Yes.
And then RIVERA.
Yeah, I'll even make it sweet. If they follow me on social media, they tell me they listen to me on Savage Snowflake, I will give them a free copy of the special.
There you go.
Free copy.
Oh,
1 hour.
That's immense. All right. So if they come to either of your social media accounts,
Facebook, Twitter,
drop your little DM
just
and say, hey, man,
Savage Snowflake, you get a free copy of the special.
You can't say fairer than that. It's fucking amazing. I might do that. I haven't even seen the special.
No, well, you've seen the clips.
Hang on, I just got to tweet you. So please make sure you check out Erik Rivera and check out his comedy. Have you got any live dates coming up that you want to tell people about, or should they just check
Check out erikrivera.com. I got a couple dates coming up. I got the HBO thing coming up April 26th.
Tell me about that because we didn't really get into that probably.
So it's sort of we were talking about the boxes. They did almost like a Def Jam for Latino comics. I'm on it. I was one of the comic showcase. It's going to be on HBO Go, HBO Now. It's airing on HBO.
What's the show called?
It's called Entre Nos.
Entre Nos.
It means amongst us.
Fuck.
Amongst us. But it's in English, so don't worry.
Did you see how fucking smooth I thought I was? I
know.
Entre Nos.
You rolled the R's. I was impressed.
The new. Yeah. It's the new rivals. Wrong. Completely wrong.
No. So it'll be available on all the digital platforms. So watch.
But you don't speak Spanish either, so it could be. You don't fucking know.
It's not Spanish. I don't do comedy in Spanish. I've tried. I did 40 seconds of comedy in Spanish. Yeah.
I get physical comedy.
No. I translated one of my bits. I got invited to do a show. I get a phone call. Hey, this guy, he's the Jimmy Fallon of Mexico.
Okay.
Come do the show. You'll do a little stand-up.
What's his name? What's the Jimmy Fallon of Mexico?
The show is called Noches con Platanito.
Wait, let me do this. Night with Platanito. Platanito, platanito, plata, 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 plata. The beautiful, no, the dinner night with the dinner show.
Plantain. It's a cute little. That's the guy's name. Plantain. Platanito.
Are you serious?
Yes. Google it.
Okay.
I did not Google it. I get there thinking I'm gonna meet a guy in a suit. Hey.
Yeah.
I get there.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel, but from Mexico.
I get there.
They have Russian accent, apparently. I don't know why.
I get there. They go in the green room. I'm in the green room. They're like, Platanito wants to meet you. I was like, sure. Let him come in. I'm sitting there, doing my thing. All of a sudden, this guy walks in, full 3-piece suit.
Yep.
Full clown makeup, pink hair. Hey, thanks for doing the show. And I was like, oh, okay. Leaves.
Wait, you didn't even Google it once?
No, because I get the phone call that day. Hey, we had a fallout. Do you want to do it?
Okay,
it's in Spanish. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be there. I drive.
It's in Spanish as well, the show.
It's in Spanish. They're like, can you do stand-up in Spanish? I was like, not well. I can do, maybe one of my bits. They're like, no, you only have to do like 30, 40 seconds because we're going to do like a quote-unquote comedy competition, you and this other comic. And I knew the other comic. I was like, all right, cool. I'm in. So he leaves. I call the producer back in. I was like, hey, he's a clown. And they're like, yeah. I was like, do I mention he's a clown when I get out there? They're like, no. It's like, does he do clown stuff while I'm like, is he juggling? Is he pie in the face? No. They're like, no, he's just.
That's just how he dresses up.
Just clown face, and he's straight interview. Hey, how you doing?
Sideshow fucking, or was it Krusty the Clowning?
Almost. Pretty if you Google it, it's insane. It's like, it's happening. So I get up there.
I fucking love Spanish shows.
I get up there, I'm doing the stand-up, and it's like a moment I'm outside of my body because I'm looking into the crowd, and there's children in the audience. There's women who didn't get babysitters and just holding their babies, watching stand-up. They don't want to watch stand-up. They don't want to be there. And the whole
suckling.
Yeah, breastfeeding. I was like, this is so uncomfortable. What am I doing here? And before we even start doing the stand-up, his sidekick comes up, says something to him. I guess it was disrespectful. I wasn't fully paying attention because at that point I'm taking in the audience, taking in the surroundings. He smashes his sidekick with a guitar, and the sidekick just falls at our feet. So now we're doing stand-up. There's a body on the floor. There's kids.
Please tell me there's a clip of this on YouTube.
I think so. I'm sure you could.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up. Erik Rivera, Platanicos.
Yeah.
Platanitos.
So I could do stand-up for like 30 seconds in Spanish.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Always clowning around.
Yeah.
Incredible. Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah. He's still doing it.
He's fucking killing it.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, so they called him the Jimmy Fallon of Mexico. He's doing late night talk show bits from the U.S., but in Spanish, and no one knows he's doing it because it's in Spanish, and no one can prove it.
So he just copies the material.
Yes,
does it
he
in
did
Spanish.
he did one of the you know how Jimmy Fallon does like the kids instruments.
Yeah,
he did that, but with like a Mexican band, and I was just like, he's lifting bits.
Yeah.
But he'll never get caught because he's doing it in Spanish.
Oh, so he's
no
like Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, but he's doing it in Spanish.
Yeah.
So you won't know. He could be doing a Jeff Leach bit.
See, that's where Carlos Mencia went wrong.
He did it in English.
Yeah.
And people knew.
If you're going to steal, fucking do it in
You
a
could do it in
different
another
language, mate.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm going to brush up on my Romanian.
Yeah, there you go.
Just fucking clean
Start.
it. Amazing. All right, well, check it out. I'm going to find that clip
Okay.
immediately as soon as we're off here. Thanks very much for coming on, man.
Oh, no, thanks for having me,
Appreciate
man.
it. And make sure you check out erikrivera.com and Erik Rivera Comedy. Make sure you send him a little message on Instagram or Twitter and say you saw him on the podcast, and he'll send you
a free
copy of the special. Thanks, brother. See you next time. Bye-bye.